Well, I was a little disappointed with my bingo chart.
Overall, I enjoyed his speech, and I think he made some really good points, especially raising the minimum wage. That's definitely a necessity, and I think that it will strengthen our economy, not detract from it.
You actually saw more Republicans and Democrats standing up together this year than what you saw last year.
President Obama was actually pretty heavy on veterans issues, which I was actually really pleased to see. I'm a veteran myself.
Some of the things that stuck out that I appreciated, he said, was about the minimum wage, how he was going to do his part, with their contractors, and the ways he was going to leverage support for minimum wage to 1010. I like how he took a jab at Congress and said, I did my part, it's your turn.
There was nothing new there that he hasn't talked about. I mean, he brought up Guantanamo. That was a promise he made 5 years ago. So it just wasn't very inspiring.
I was surprised he brought up Guantanamo again. That's something that we haven't heard since the 2008 campaign.
Guantanamo. He's been trying to close it. Whether or not it actually closes, I don't really think so.
Every leader I've ever come across always talks about a world-class education system in their country. But no one ever talks about what that actually entails and how that's going to change and how that impacts the taxpayer. So it was vague and kind of broad and something that we've all heard.
I think the speech overall was strong. I personally didn't feel the connection with it. I think the emotional side was pretty strong, but I think the factual side was lacking. I would have liked to hear more about the NSA and the transparency within the nation.
It's pretty clear that he's pretty frustrated with Congress, and so he basically said he's going to do whatever he can in the next 3 years with or without their help.
Perhaps he meant to give off the idea that he was going to be a stronger president, he wasn't going to be pushed around by a divided government anymore, but it just seemed a little unsettling to have it voiced.
I thought he made some really good points, and I'm excited to see the executive orders he takes up for this term.
State of the Union gives you an outline of where the president will go, but it tends to be a lot of rhetoric.
Although I enjoyed the points that he was making on a lot of different issues, it just seemed like, well, you only have so much time. Can you really get that much done? And what are you really going to take serious? This is just a snapshot of what he might do.